Hey, Miss Christian, do you think he actually believed the sign at the classroom?
Oh my god, I'm running late for the webcast. What? Where's everyone? What's this? Connected conversations recording canceled for today? What? Dude, I missed lunch.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Connected Conversation. Again, I'm your host Sebastian and I'm really glad you could be here to join us. Today we're going to be diving into something that affects all of us, no matter what app we use or who we follow. The challenge of figuring out what's true and what's fake online. Lately with AI and all of the social media usage, it's become a lot more tricky. So this episode called Truth or Fake, Navigating Digital Information, will explore how misinformation spreads and how it shapes what we believe and how new tools like AI and deepfakes make this just so much more complicated. To help me unpack all of this, I've invited my good friend Ivan, who's been researching digital media, misinformation, and public opinion. So welcome, Ivan. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Seb. Thank you for having me. So I'm really excited to be here, and I think misinformation is a very important topic for us and very relevant because we interact with all these platforms like Google, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And all of these platforms have a lot of information which can lead to believing things that are not real, misinformation.
Yeah, no, exactly. And even the smartest people can be fooled. I think there's often the idea the young adults like us, we're like, I don't want to say like immune to this, but that we are just better at navigating this. But to be honest, like we're not. On most occasions, everyone can be fooled by this. So we're going to jump right into this topic and analyze it.
All right.
So let's start by talking about why misinformation is such a serious social issue.
Yeah, so misinformation is very dangerous because it spreads really quick. So according to the meme theory, nowadays rumors, memes, or information spreads exponentially. So the second you actually post something, like there are at least 100 people that already get access to that information. So whether they actually know how to believe it, if it's true or not, people are gonna have an opinion about it, or somebody may think about something.
Yeah, no, that's a great input. I have never considered the meme theory to be something serious. And there's also like this fake stories, like for example, one of them was like chocolate helps you lose weight. It spread around fast, like the meme theory said. And by the time they could spread, people didn't realize that, oh, it was fake. People just started believing it.
Yeah, so I mean, exactly. It's funny. Like you hear and you could, like you and I could say, oh, I mean, chocolate doesn't make you like chocolate's healthy, and you can laugh about it. But there are other people who might think like, oh, really? I'm gonna try it, and that's the problem. It manipulates public perception.
Yeah, no, regarding the meme theory, there's also studies that show that when people talk about an event together, their memories can be shaped into believing something that really did not happen. So there's not also the fact of like deepfakes or AI replacing or spreading false information. It's the fact that our own memory can kind of lie to us.
Yes, yeah, that misremember is really it's really complicated because you might hear like I don't know, your father, your dad, your friend, your teacher might say something, but you don't actually know where they get that information. So you might think like, oh, I trust this person, so I believe that what they're telling me is right, and maybe they're misleading you. So it definitely very worrying.
Yeah, no, in the digital sense, that's why digital literacy is so important, right? Because we can learn how to pause, question, and verify information before we share it or before we fully process it and pass it like as a knowledge, right?
Yeah, and the thing with that is that nowadays we consume information so quickly that we don't actually stop for a second and like question ourselves. What am I reading? What am I seeing? What am I listening to? So yeah, that I think that's a skill that people should actually work on, like have time to work on it.
Yeah, it's part of critical thinking. But alright, let's move on to a quick challenge. I'll
Okay.
tell you two headlines and you tell me which one is fake. So number one, scientist confirms that chocolate helps you lose weight. Yeah. Exercise, example 2. Exercise improves memory and focus. Study finds.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Like the first one is fake.
Yeah, I kind of spoiled the answer a little bit earlier, but yeah, I think regardless, we can tell it's fake, right? The other one's backed by research, and if we go deeper, we find that it's Harvard research, which is one of the main ways to prove something fake and fake and real.
Yeah, that's a really good reminder that fake news often sounds believable, and it uses language and triggers emotions to kind of trick you into believing that something is true. Like it says scientists have found it's confirmed. So if you hear scientists confirm that, it must be true. But I mean, you have to really listen and capture these details.
Yeah, no, totally. It's the way that they shape the headlines that tricky, you know?
Yeah.
But now let's define the key terms. Now that we got the general idea, misinformation is often used like as an umbrella term, like misinformation covers everything, but there's some differences. So misinformation is false or misleading information shared without harmful intent. Intent is important here. And disinformation is when it's shared on purpose to deceive, so it's intentional.
Yeah, and then we have the deepfakes now. So like nowadays, people can actually just open a page and digitally manipulate images and videos to create another image, another video. And this is the dangerous thing about AI. They can use it and actually contribute to this misinformation and disinformation.
Yeah, no, that's where ethical implications come into place. A lot of this is highly unethical. The people that are often being used for deepfake are often actors.
Yeah.
And most of them, I'll say like 99% of them are against AI or their faces being used as deepfakes, but it's still something that happens within the industry or by other people, and it's really making people question just what are the ethic implications, or why would we do this in the first place, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And each time it's becoming harder and harder to actually spot which images are made by AI and which images are not, because AI is beginning to it's evolving fast. And like I know a lot of colleagues that actually study or are specialized in AI, and they've told me like, oh, I don't know, 5 weeks ago I could spot like if an image was made by AI, but nowadays I can't, because it's becoming like more and more realistic. So yeah, that's definitely worrying.
Yeah, I heard something from a YouTuber, which, you know, not the most reliable, but still like very important. Like he said that AI is at its worst today. Tomorrow's just gonna get better. So today's the worst version of AI we've seen thus far, but tomorrow's just gonna keep improving, you know?
Well, I hope.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't get to the point where it replaces everyone. That's the quiet part out loud. Well, anyways, let's talk about how to tell reliable sources from unreliable ones. Back with examples, as we have mentioned, the Harvard research one obviously was reliable. We know that Harvard is a very prestigious institution. So reliable sources will usually have identifiable authors and publication dates against Harvard, verified evidence and citations, and clear separation between facts and opinions.
Yeah, and meanwhile, unreliable sources often don't have an author, have an unclear origin, emotional or exaggerated headlines, which these are tend to be not objective. So like you can spot these things, grammar errors, no citation, and ads disguised as news.
Yeah, no, and the rule of thumb basically is if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably fake, you know?
Yeah.
It makes you feel like angry or amazed. It's probably just clickbait or rage bait as it's called nowadays.
Yes.
Alright, and then there are also like practical ways to verify digital content. Tools like Snopes, Google Fact Check, and TinyEye to trace where an image or a claim may come from. There are like many more. So just as AI is being used to like lie to people, there are still like other sources or technology implications that help you identify good source, maybe in ethical ways.
Yeah, the only problem with those technologies is that AI is evolving so fast that technologies can't keep up. So like you have, like you said, you have Google Facts and Checks, TinyEye, and all these options, but you don't know which one like could be the best, because I don't know, maybe right now there's a new AI model that has a new ability to transform a new image, and these tools can spot it. So like you don't know which tool could be the best, or I don't know, already detects this problem. So it's really hard keeping up.
Yeah, one tool you can use, and this is like an actual thing, guys, is the CRAP test. CRAP, yeah. Currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose of the source. Maybe not the best acronym, but hey, it works out.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a really good tool to use. In my experience, every time I see something, I try to use it, and I try to identify like, is it real or is it not?
Yeah, correct. And now let's do a quick activity. I'm going to tell you 3 headlines. Your job is to say which one is fake.
All right.
So number 1, AI generated art wins national photo contest. Number 2, NASA confirms a second sun appearing in 2025. And number 3, study shows teens trust influencers more than traditional ads.
So it's definitely number 2, because like the second sun sounds a lot like science fiction. Like that's impossible not to spot.
You're right. It was a viral post on Facebook in 2022 that fooled thousands of people. And the sad part, what is real, is that it did fool a lot of people. So a lot of people did believe it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't stop to think like, oh my god, a second sun. Like, come on, man.
I know, and that's why it's never just about believing or not. It's about checking and thinking, right? Like using our digital literacy, your critical thinking abilities.
Yeah, but the thing is that like nowadays, well, misinformation is so well, established in real stories, in real information, that it's becoming harder and harder to spot. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, now just to wrap up a little bit, so in this episode we covered a lot of things from reliable sources to unreliable, how misinformation affects memory, and even the differentiation between misinformation and disinformation. And we also shared a lot of tools and strategies to verify what you see online. And just remember, just because something goes viral doesn't mean it's true. Again, if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true at all.
Yeah, definitely. For example, the famous meme that the Simpsons predict things, just because they've actually accurately predicted some events doesn't mean everything they're gonna they tell or predict is gonna be true. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they predicted their new season in Fortnite for the ones who know about that. Alright, so next episode we're gonna talk about echo chambers and how algorithms trap us in bubbles of information that reinforce what we already believe. And that's pretty much gonna be it from us. Ivan, thank you for joining us. It was nice getting your input.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. So thank you for tuning in to Connected Conversations. Until next time.